Hey, what's up everybody? Video 44 coming at you another video. I cleared up my cache and I really don't know why my phone is not allowing me the opportunity to do things. I let go of some applications that I thought were eating up space. A lot of stuff was cleared out and it's still only giving me 18 minutes to talk after leaving a 20-minute video. So I have no idea what's eating up all this space. I have no idea. It must be something that's awry in my phone, duplicating different things in there 10 and 12 times over. Probably some type of virus or something that's eating up at my memory. But I did wanted to talk to you guys. I left a video just now illustrating some of my frustrations with my current day's frustration. But there's also other stuff going on in the world, man, and I figured I'd give a little time for that as well. Where do we go with Gaza as it pertains to what we've been paying attention to? What do I say that I haven't already said? I guess is the challenge for me, man. You know what I mean? I mean, you want to use your voice to try to raise awareness for this horrible genocide that's going on in Palestine. But I don't know that I haven't said literally everything there is to say on my end. I think I really said it all, man. I don't think anything, if you guys have been following my journey in regards to viewing this, I don't know that there's anything new. I don't think there's anything that would be new that would otherwise surprise you. Israel came to America last week. My Congress, or rather the president, I guess you call him, Milwaukee, also known as Netanyahu, Polish guy from Philadelphia who now feels native to the Middle East for some reason. That guy came to our Congress area and they clapped for him, gave him standing ovations for all the lies that he and propaganda he ultimately told about why he's doing what he's doing, which is killing a bunch of people for no damn reason, really. Try to figure out what else is there to say about him and his endeavors. And the people who are controlling so much of what we see in our world wanting to go about enacting their power in this way. They picked the people they couldn't hurt them in any way and want to enact all of their hatred and frustration into those people. I guess as an example that they can do it to us as well. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's what the fear is or they're trying to instill or what, but whatever the case may be, they've been killing these people left and right. And yesterday they killed another Palestinian media member, targeted him in his vehicle as he was leaving a memorial for another guy who shared his first name, ironically, who happened to be the leader of Hamas that they had murdered the day before. They were able to target this guy in his car, drop the bomb directly on his head so that his head would be missing upon finding him, which I think shows the precision that they could engage in if they chose to. Just like they showed precision in regards to catching the guy who had his name. The leader of Hamas, they caught him in Iran, bombed him in a living room, I guess, that he was in, and didn't kill nobody else, didn't blow up the building. Nobody else, from what I understand, was killed but him and his guy, the guy that was with him, his bodyguard. And of course, everybody's natural thought is, well, if they can do that, if they have the ability to kill with such precision, then why were they saying they needed to kill so many innocent people to catch all of 300, 400 Hamas members? And to me, it's like they're playing in our faces. It's not that this is some type of irony that they are oblivious to. They want you to know that this is what they intend to do. They intend to tell you that they are not interested in killing civilians and then proceed to kill civilians in your face. Like, that's what they're doing. And so it's like, they're trying to, they're brain screwing everybody. They're gaslighting and brain screwing all of us. And my thing is, when you look at American Congress, and you say to them, okay, I understand these people are paying you, or I understand these people may have some things on you, but you do understand how viciously irresponsible they are behaving with the power that you provide them and backing them in their actions. Like at some point in time, you got to say, man, you're setting the precedent. And this is what we talk about. You're setting a precedent that allows for all different types of factions of people to think that this is the behavior that needs to be engaged in when dealing with their enemies. You kill their kids, you enact the strangest, weirdest, creative ways of torturing them, including SA types of assault, R-word, grape, as people like to say. Like, these are the type of things that they're setting the precedent for. And America, being who's in their corner, backing them doing this, is to setting the precedent that this is how we behave. So when you turn around and say, okay, well, this is a precedent that Israel doesn't mind enacting with their moral bankruptcy and their depravity, is this what America wants to its people to engage in as well? Are we essentially saying that all of the different things that we've on the surface to make ourselves seem presentable in regards to our humanity are to be abandoned depending on who's engaging in such depraved behavior? America the beautiful doesn't mind raping people, doesn't mind killing children. Like, are we seriously in a space where we believe that we can actually effectively back these people and still uphold our moral high ground? I just don't think that that part is really mastered in the minds of those who are trying to enact this irony, where you can say one thing, lie about it in everybody's faces. You can see the debunking of said behavior, and nobody seems to feel like they're in the twilight zone other than those of us who are willing to speak about it. They can live in a space where things are and are not at the same time. It don't make any sense. And that it doesn't make any sense, probably bad for business in the grand scheme of things. And so for me, it's just like, whatever America's trying to actually do by keeping Israel close, they're creating more problems in the long run for themselves in regards to people wanting to do business with us, taking us seriously. They're undoing a lot of good, man. And I don't know that money and progress can make people trust you when it comes to certain international deals that Americans want to engage in, you will have lost the trust of some of those allies, those people who would otherwise do business with you. They wouldn't trust you in this area of upholding business, because the very things you say about humanity are the very things you're willing to betray when it comes to this specific situation. And people already had a bad taste in their mouth about our country as it pertains to certain other things that we've been displaying over the last 400, 500 years. But to still be engaging in this in the year 2024, I mean, those who are paying attention to this know damn well that nobody should really be trusted in our government anymore. And a lot of us, of course, never trusted our government to begin with, but there are a lot of people, and I mean a whole lot of people, who still have faith in the system, still have faith in the process. And now, if you're paying attention at all to what's been going on over the last 300 days, which this being day 300 of this genocide, ironically enough, you know better than to trust either of the two running candidates. You know better than to invest any stock in the belief of those who are basically saying they're Democrats and Republicans. You put no stock in them. You put no stock in those who are backing them, the celebrities who are backing these people. I can't tell you how many people I've unfollowed just because they've gotten behind either one of those candidates. And it's not because of anything that has been in place other than me paying attention to this genocide. And both sides of the spectrum, Democrats and Republicans, have proven themselves to both be compromised to a high degree when it comes to this Israel thing. So just like I said, I don't trust you in no other areas. Why would I trust you in any other areas if you show me who you are in this one? If you a liar over here, why would I expect that you be a truth teller over there? If you compromise over here, why the heck would I trust you in any other area for that matter? And that's what I've been trying to express to people who are not paying attention to this. Because they haven't gone down the rabbit hole of revealing to themselves that These people are not to be trusted on either side. It takes looking at what's going on in Palestine to fully be revealed to you just how corrupted our government process is. Both sides. And if you haven't been paying attention to that, then you haven't seen how so many of us have been screaming to Miss Harris to do something about this. Let's do something, anything, I don't care. Just lobby for the end of giving Israel all these damn bombs and stuff so they can't keep killing all these kids. And seeing her people ignore us and then get on TV and say Israel has a right to defend itself, knowing damn well Israel's not defending itself from anything. Anybody that's paying attention to this knows Israel's not defending itself from anything. They're the aggressors. They're harming innocent people, children. Like they're harming these people out of the hatred in their own hearts. It's not anything in defense of anything. October 7th, we have every reason, based on what's been revealed to us in other areas, that was an inside job. They killed their own people on October 7th so that they could justify to the rest of us that this should be done. They killed those people. So it's like, when you know this, you on the other side of it, you know that AIPAC's paying you $5 million or whatever. You also know what they're doing. You also are helping sanction it. Why would I trust you when it's time to vote for you? But if I'm not paying attention to any of those things, and I'm still in the web of the propaganda that I've been raised with, which is rock the vote, blacks are Democrats, whites are Republicans, and anything in between is a little strange. If you're gay, you're Democrat. If you're Christian, you're Republican. Like that type of warped, trained way of being an American. If you're still in that and you haven't been paying attention to this genocide, then you don't know to have been woken up from that necessarily. This is the compass from which to teach us who to trust and who not to. This is the compass from which to show us the true north of what it is that's otherwise meant to spin us around in circles. And if you have no care for that true compass, or if you don't know the first thing about why you should pay attention to that compass, then of course you're going to be in the same web that we've always been in. I was in that same web. When Obama was up for election, I voted for him. Why? Because he was black. And I'm a black person. I take a lot of pride in that in a racist country. Well, newsflash, all the person has to do is put a black person in front of me, and I'm going to vote for him. That's pretty damn jaded of me, is it not? I think it is at this point. Now that I've come to understand that Obama was on the same side that he ran with Harris. I mean, he ran with Biden. Biden's genocide Biden. Or the genocide Joe? That's my true north. And paying attention to what's going on with the Palestinians, who were basically the sacrifice for our liberation. I hate to put it that way, but that's exactly what it was. Those of us who've had the decency to care enough about this to pay close attention to it have been liberated from ever having the guise of actually trusting our government be over our eyes. It's already been revealed to us that these people are corrupt. It's already, based on the circumstances that are webbed together to this genocide, it's showing us that these people are not to be trusted, that our media is not to be trusted, that these celebrities are not to be trusted. It was all hearsay for a lot of us who were conspiracy theorists about whether or not we should trust these people because the government's corrupted. But now it's like, yo, this is the true north. It's actually showing you that these people are corrupted. It's actually showing you that a lot of these humanity pushers have selective humanity. They really don't care about things outside of what it is that align with what makes it look good in your eyes. They only want to be human in your eyes. When you're not looking, they support genocide and the terrorizing of children, and believe it to their core that they should for their religious purposes. Like, this is what this is revealed to us. So it's like, man, not only do I not trust the government, I'm certain that it's my duty to tell everybody else to pay very close attention to the same thing that revealed to me that I should not trust the government. People want to know why they should care about what's going on in Gaza? Because it's linked to everything that's going on everywhere else. It's everything. Israel's got their hands in everything. Literally everything. And because they have their hands in everything, when you start looking at what's wrong with what, it ties back to them in a lot of cases, if not most. Now, a lot of people think that Israel is the same Israel in the Bible. No, they named it Israel so that you would think that. So that you would have your sensibility wrapped up in supporting them as they do all of these things that they're ultimately doing. So that you would send them your money blindly because it's wrapped up in your Bible that you do so. Man, I'll tell you that Zionism was created by somebody who didn't believe in God. The man who created that didn't believe in God. That was the great irony of the behavior that we're seeing them engage in. Things can be and not be at the same time. He don't believe in God, but he believed God left him some land. Like, they actually engage in this. This is the literal idea that formed the ideals that ultimately torture these people. It's both is and not at the same time. They're literally impossible. And so, like, when you engage in that type of evil and confusion as what powers you to do what you do, then of course your point of view on who's a terrorist and who should be discarded of is going to be skewed by the sheer nature of what your initial powering ultimately is. What powers them is the idea that God cannot exist and did leave them something. Like, what the hell does that even mean? Essentially, they are saying they are God, that their consciousness is God, and that they get to choose who lives and who dies. And by way of separating themselves from that for which makes them self-centered, they're able to exist in some greater form. It's like, yes, I believe the God is me, but he's also a different entity elsewhere that empowers me to have power over you as a God. It's like, none of this at all makes any mathematical sense. And that is why they've been able to engage in whatever mentality that would allow them to look at the poorest people and see them as the greatest threat. Because the initial thought of what powers their consciousness doesn't make any damn sense at all. And that's the point. That is the point. And when you start bringing facts to people like that who engage in that type of nonsense, they become irrational, irate. Why? Because rationality debunks any otherwise motivation for their behavior. There's no reason to do the things they do. They're doing it out of sheer depravity of their own minds and the thirst for power. It's not driven by anything spiritual. That's just the lie they tell themselves to keep on going. BDL 44, I thank you all for watching. I'm out.